Soon I'm gonna have to kind of label this summer as the summer of Keaton Wagler. It feels like everything you're hearing out of Illinois is very very excited about Keaton Wagler. Whether there's people saying like, oh, he's giving me Will Riley vibes. He can really shoot the basketball. Even in his first look stuff, I think you saw some playmaking things. And Keaton Wagler was a kid that was extremely high scorer, has some physical tools as well that I think he needs to develop, but like he may be coming along faster than people had thought. And honestly, it's starting to look and sound like he might have a role with this year's team. And we have Kylan Boswell who stepped up next and had his quote on Keaton Wagler. He was gassing up the Illinois freshman Keaton Wagler. He's told Jeremy Werner he's cold, flat out. Like that's all he said to it. Uh, Colin Boswell's played with a lot of good players, by the way. I want to let that be very clear. If Colin Boswell is calling somebody cold, I'm gonna go ahead and take that at its worth. And I don't know. For me, I don't want to overreact to this, but like this is the first. Like it's one thing for the coach to gas you up. It's one thing
Hmm.
to be like, oh yeah, like he can shoot. Like that guy can really shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like giving them a little like not to throw shots here, but like how like Kentucky fans been doing with Trent Noah or Kentucky players been doing Trent Noah. This is starting to go into the mold of like, okay, we need to start buying this. Coach says he can shoot it. Players on the team talk about he's cold, flat out. That means that guy's got to. If he's that cold, that means he's got to play. Riley, am I overreacting here, thinking that like this is quite the endorsement?
I think you're onto something with the adjective that Boswell going with being cold. That speaks volumes to me, that one word, because just in like working in this space and covering different teams and talking to players, like I go back to UNC Media Day 2 years ago, talking to Harrison Ingram, who was one of my favorite interviews ever. Super magnetic personality, just feels like you could chop it up with him for hours. And he was saying like, "Oh, Zayden High is going to play a lot more than people expect." And Zayden High went on to appear in, I think, 9 games his freshman year at UNC. And like you can tell when something's lip service. Harrison Ingram didn't say Zayden High was cold. He just said he's going to play more than people expect, which maybe him appearing in 9 games was more than people expected. Like there are ways to couch it as a teammate if it's like, this guy is fine or he's not that good, but he's my guy, so I'll speak about him positively. You could say like, oh yeah, he's been knocking down some shots in practice. He'll get a little more playing time than people maybe realize, or he could find a way on the court for us. Like I've heard it from players speaking about their teammates before, and they should defend their guys. That's you want that camaraderie, you want that chemistry. But the fact that he went out of his way to describe him as cold, I'm like, okay, there actually might be something here. There might be something here where it's like he has legitimately been impressive, and Kylan, who has been in the program now a second year, who's I mean, what is this? His fourth year of college basketball total? 2 years at Arizona?
Yeah, 2 years Arizona, and then
Okay.
a year. Yeah, so this will be his fourth year.
Because I'm trying to keep track because I know people, he's still like 18 years old or whatever the bid
His
is,
fourth
you
year of
know?
college basketball, he's still 14.
But he's still, the point being, like, he's been on good teams. He's seen what it takes to like get an NCAA tournament win, even more. I think actually I'd have to go back and look at his how many games in the tournament those Arizona teams won. He might have been on one that flamed out. But anyway, point is he's played on high level basketball teams and he understands what it takes to contribute. And if that is his reaction, I think you at least got to put a little bit of stock into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go a step further. I'm putting all stock into it because of literally though, like you don't like Riley. To your point, I feel like you hit the nail on the head. There's classic coach player speak like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's one of the he's shooting the ball extremely well in practice, extremely hard work. Like even talking about your teammates, I feel like guys just like, yeah, man, like he's practicing really well. He can really shoot it. He can do all this that. Colin's like, nah, let's not mince it here. Like that mug is cold. Like
Hmm.
flat out,
Hmm.
he is nice. He is nice, and that means something to me. And I am now, I think, reaching the point where I might be irrationally high on Keaton Wagner. I might not have been giving him enough, enough time because I shake off Coach B. Brad Underwood has to talk nice about Keaton Wagner, right? Kylan
Hmm.
Boswell could have, to your point, just been like, yeah, yeah, like he could, man, he's young, he's developing, but he can shoot the ball. He can really, really shoot it. Nah, he's cold. He's cold. That means he's gonna play, and you combine that with the playmaking comments that have been made by other people around the program. Is it time to start being like Keaton Wagler is, a first guy off the bench? I mean, I think even Greg on the last thing we did on him was like, could Keaton Wagler possibly start? Now I know he said that if the international guys didn't come over, which I think as this video is recording, I think Mahalo Petrovic is actually officially announced on the roster, so that kind of goes out the window. But like, what do you think
Mhm.
Wagler's role is going to be on this team?
Yeah, I think when you part of why I'm putting stock into this is when you factor in the playmaking that Petrovic, Boswell, and Stojakovic all have, and like Big T can make reads. You can put him at the top of the key and allow him to find cutters. You can play him out of the short roll. You have guys that can create, guys that are smart basketball players that are going to find the open man. And having Wagler, I'm not ready to say the playmaking stuff is going to translate yet, or we're going to see it in year one. I mean, this is a kid, top 150 freshman, not a lot of hype around him, not a lot of pedigree. But I think there's something to be said. If you can come off the bench and hit 25 threes, yeah, you're going to have a role. I think having another bite of the apple at that when you took Hum Richhouse last year, who didn't pan out with maybe an expected similar role, Wagler just gives you another body, this time more of a perimeter player, obviously, but a guy who you can sort of stick in as that play finisher role on the wing, who's going to knock down the drive and kick opportunities that Petrovic or Boswell creates, or even that Stojakovic creates. And even looking at some of the percentages, like Stojakovic, I love saying this stat, but he made fewer threes in the ACC play last year than Elliot Cadeau. I think he only hit 12 threes in ACC play, was not a high level shooter. Great mid range shooter, not high level from beyond the arc at this point in his career. Obviously, Boswell's struggles from beyond the arc are well documented. Murkovic, I think, has that potential to be a true stretch four. He's shown flashes of that throughout his career, but I think he was below 30% in the ABA this past year from three. There are some question marks there where I think Wagler can get himself on the court if he proves that that can translate immediately. And that's his role, is to just come in, hit step in threes, knock him down in transition, knock him down in the quarter, and maybe just be competent when you're attacking a closeout to either to know when to shoot or when to find the open man.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see kind of what Brad uses him as because I think it was Brad himself who said like he's Will Riley-esque kind of or does the playmaking thing. So we saw how Riley's role developed and or didn't develop last season, but he ended up being a really good player in the first round NBA draft pick. So that's the likes he's being mentioned in with Kylan Boswell calling him cold. I am very, very excited to watch this young man with Illinois this year, and I'll be sure to tune into the rest of the summer and see how it unfolds and see maybe what his role will be with this team.